10 Japanese organizing secrets to free up space right now. Have you ever noticed how a small Japanese apartment can feel bigger than a spacious Western home? It's not magic, and it's not luck. It's a collection of quiet, clever organizing habits that Japanese families use every single day. Today, we're breaking down 10 Japanese organizing secrets that instantly free up space in your home. No renovation required. Let's get started. 10. Matching, nesting storage bins. Rather than collecting mismatched baskets and boxes over the years, many Japanese households deliberately choose bins from the same product line, identical in size, shape, and color, often from stores like Muji, Nitori, or Daiso. Because they are designed to match, they nest and stack without wasted gaps between them, and they create clean, uniform lines that instantly make a shelf or closet feel calmer. It is a philosophy that extends beyond simple aesthetics. When every container shares the same footprint, planning a shelf becomes almost mathematical. 2 small bins fit exactly where 1 medium bin would sit. 3 medium bins align perfectly beneath a single shelf without a single centimeter wasted between them. There is no guessing, no awkward gaps, no oddly shaped container forcing everything else out of alignment. And if your needs change, the same bins simply move to a new room and take on a new job. A bin that once held towels in the bathroom can hold toys in a child's room the following year, with 0 cost and 0 waste. It is a small decision, matching your containers, but it is often the single detail that makes an entire home look effortlessly organized, even when the person living there insists they never spent a single afternoon reorganizing anything at all. Looking at these 10 secrets together, a pattern becomes obvious. None of them require a bigger home. None of them require expensive renovations. They simply ask a different question. Not how do I fit more in, but how do I use the space I already have more intelligently? A drawer that shows everything at once. A wall that finally earns its keep. A gap that stops being wasted. A cart that vanishes the moment it is no longer needed. Individually, each idea seems small. Together, they can transform how an entire home feels, proving that the most powerful renovation is not structural at all. It is simply a shift in how you think about the space you already own. Number 9. Slim rolling storage carts. Look around your kitchen or bathroom, and there's probably a narrow gap somewhere beside the fridge, next to the washing machine, between 2 cabinets that seems too small to be useful. Japanese designers saw those forgotten gaps as an opportunity. Slim rolling storage carts are built to slide into spaces as narrow as 15 or 20 centimeters. Pull one out and it reveals several shelves capable of holding cleaning supplies, spare toiletries, or pantry overflow. Push it back and it disappears completely, out of sight and out of the way. What makes this design especially clever is the wheels themselves. Because the entire cart glides smoothly rather than needing to be lifted or dragged, even a fully loaded cart can be pulled out with one hand. No straining, no scraping against the floor. Some versions include a small handle at the top specifically for this reason, while others add a shallow lip along each shelf to stop bottles or containers from sliding off during movement. It's a design built entirely around a single idea. Storage shouldn't require effort just to access it. It's proof that you don't always need more square meters to gain more storage. Sometimes you simply need to stop ignoring the gaps you already have. And once every gap and drawer is finally working for you, one last habit ties the entire system together. 8. Wall-mounted drying racks. Space for a bulky, floor-standing drying rack is a luxury many Japanese apartments simply don't have. So, Instead of placing one on the floor, many households mount a slim drying rack directly onto the wall or ceiling, usually above the bathtub or near a window. Clothes hang vertically in the air rather than sprawling across a room on a freestanding frame. Some models are installed with a small pulley system, allowing the entire rack to be lowered for hanging clothes at a comfortable height, then raised back up near the ceiling once loaded, keeping the floor and walking space completely clear below. Others fold outward from the wall like a fan, extending only when needed and collapsing flat the rest of the time. In smaller apartments, this single design choice can mean the difference between a bathroom that feels cramped every laundry day and one that stays functional no matter how much washing needs to dry. Once the laundry is dry, the rack folds flat against the wall, disappearing until it is needed again. It is a perfect example of a recurring theme in Japanese design. Nothing has to occupy space permanently just because it is useful occasionally. Some gaps in a home, though, are so narrow that even a folding rack won't fit. And Japan has an answer for those too. Number 7. Fold flat, collapsible furniture. Traditional Japanese homes were built around the idea that a room could serve multiple purposes throughout the day. A single tatami room might function as a dining space in the evening, a workspace in the afternoon, and a bedroom at night, simply by changing what furniture occupied it at any given moment. That philosophy still shows up today in fold-flat tables, collapsible stools, and low furniture that tucks away completely when it's not needed. A dining table folds against the wall after dinner. A stool collapses to the thickness of a book and slides behind a door. Even low seating cushions, called zabuton, can be stacked in a corner or slid into a closet the moment they're no longer in use, instantly returning the floor to open space. Nothing sits permanently in the middle of the room, demanding space it only uses for an hour a day. It's a completely different relationship with furniture. Instead of designing a room around fixed pieces, the furniture adapts to the room, appearing only when it's actually needed and disappearing the moment it isn't. Furniture folds away easily. Wet laundry, on the other hand, needs somewhere to go, and Japanese homes have a surprisingly clever answer for that too. Number 6. Vertical shoe racks by the entrance. In Japan, the entryway, called the genkan, is treated as its own small organizing challenge. Shoes multiply quickly, and a horizontal shoe rack eats up valuable floor space fast. That's why many Japanese homes use tall, narrow, vertical shoe racks instead. Rather than spreading shoes across the floor, they stack upward in slim shelves, sometimes holding 2 or 3 times as many pairs in the same footprint. Some designs even tilt each shelf slightly forward, making it easier to slide shoes in and out without bending down. It's a small shift in thinking. Instead of asking how much floor space shoes need, Japanese design asks how much height is sitting unused above them. And that same question, how much height is being wasted, applies just as much to your furniture as it does to your shoes. Number 5. Stackable, clear pantry containers. Have you ever opened a pantry and had absolutely no idea how much rice, flour, or pasta you actually had left? Japanese kitchens solve this with uniform, clear, stackable containers. Because every container is the same shape and size, they stack cleanly without wasted gaps between them, something bulky, mismatched bags and boxes never allow. And because they are transparent, you know exactly what's inside and how much remains without opening a single lid. The effect is not just visual, it is practical. Fewer duplicate purchases, less wasted food, and a pantry that actually looks calm instead of chaotic. Sometimes, staying organized is not about owning fewer things. It is about making the things you own finally fit together. So far, we have solved drawers, cabinets, and pantries. But there is one part of the home that causes chaos before you have even stepped inside. 4. Tension rod dividers. Open almost any Japanese kitchen cabinet, and you'll likely find a simple tension rod wedged sideways, creating an instant divider. Baking sheets that used to lean and slide now stand upright in their own slot. Cutting boards no longer stack in a wobbly pile. Even lids, trays, and pans can be split into separate sections using nothing more than a spring-loaded rod that costs almost nothing. It's a design trick borrowed from shower curtains and repurposed entirely for storage. No drilling, no permanent changes, just tension holding everything exactly where it belongs. It's proof that sometimes the smartest solution isn't a new cabinet. It's a $5 rod placed the right way. And once cabinets are divided properly, the next step is making sure what goes inside them is easy to see, not just easy to reach. 3. Slim wall-mounted racks. Here's something you'll notice walking into a Japanese entryway or kitchen. Mail, keys, and small everyday items rarely sit on a table or counter. Instead, they hang. Slim wall-mounted racks hold letters upright, keys on hooks, and umbrellas in narrow slots, all without taking up a single centimeter of floor or counter space. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but think about how much table space in your own home is quietly consumed by loose mail and stray keys. Japanese design treats vertical wall space as valuable real estate, not empty decoration. And once you start using it that way, countertops suddenly feel twice as large. Of course, walls can only hold so much. Sometimes the real problem isn't what's outside a cabinet, it's the chaos happening inside one. 2. Rolling underbed storage. Look under your bed right now. Chances are it's either empty or filled with a chaotic mix of boxes shoved in without any system. Japanese homes treat that space very differently. Slim, wheeled storage boxes are built specifically to slide beneath the bed frame, using a space most people never think to organize. Seasonal clothing, spare bedding, out-of-season shoes. Everything slides in and everything slides back out with one gentle pull. No lifting the mattress, no crawling on the floor. Because the boxes are shallow and wide rather than deep, nothing gets lost in the back the way it would in a regular storage bin. It's one of the simplest space-saving secrets in Japan, precisely because it uses space you already own but never use. Once the floor space is handled, the next question becomes the walls. And in Japan, walls are rarely left empty. 1. Vertical folding, the KonMari method. Instead of stacking clothes in tall piles, many Japanese households fold each item into a small, tight rectangle and stand it upright in the drawer, almost like books on a shelf. Open the drawer and every single shirt is visible at once. Nothing buried, nothing forgotten at the bottom. And here's the surprising part. Standing clothes upright often fits more into the same drawer than stacking ever could. It's not just tidier, it's genuinely more efficient. Have you ever bought a shirt you already owned simply because you forgot it existed? This habit makes that mistake almost impossible. But folding solves the drawer. It doesn't solve the space underneath your bed, which in most homes sits completely empty. Which of these secrets will you try first? Let us know below and subscribe for more Japanese design ideas.